My name's Fraser Jones. I'm farming on the Welsh-Shropshire borders in Welshpool, Montgomery. Currently farming about 3,000 acres, mainly a dairy enterprise. Total animal numbers now are about 5,900. That's obviously all the cows, about 2,000 cows, and then all the followers. We also rear all our beef animals. There's about 700 head of beef cattle on the farms, and we're basically situated on about 9 farms within an 8-mile radius, and that's basically what we're doing down here in Wales. So here at Calcourt Farms, we do everything in-house, so we don't use contractors for anything. So that's silage harvesting, maize harvesting, whole crop, all the planting of the cereals and the other crops. So we're running a lot of kit, and the biggest importance to us is making sure that kit keeps going, because with the sort of changing climate, we have smaller periods and when we can get these jobs done. So we have to be very efficient, go in, get the jobs done in a very short time frame, really. So on the farm, we're running quite a lot of CLAAS equipment now. Probably since about 3 or 4 years ago, we moved on to the CLAAS products. So we're now running 2 850s, which are predominantly doing a lot of the slurry work, power harrowing, cultivations, and involved in obviously all the silage operations. We also run an 870 CLAAS, 960 TerraTrack, which is behind me. That's predominantly doing all the subsoiling and the heavy cultivation work. We've got a lot of banks around our farms, being in Wales. We previously had a track machine, but it was always a problem when coming to turn on headlands, making a mess. And obviously we moved to the TerraTrack just because with the front wheels as normal wheels, it made it a lot better on the headlands, so less damage to the soil and the crops. So we're really happy with the way that's going. And also it's more user-friendly for the operator. It's more like a normal tractor to drive, with the stepless gearbox and everything. So that's a big plus for driver and for me, really, as the farmer. We're also running a triple gang CLAAS mower. We moved on to CLAAS just for the durability of them. We want to cut a lot of acres efficiently, and the CLAAS looks to be a well-made machine that's covering the acreage. We've also got a 660 CLAAS, which is on a 32 cube mixer wagon. That's doing a lot of hours in a year. That's doing 3,000 hours a year and going up, actually, so it'll probably be more like 3,500 this year. It's good, it's efficient. We're also running 3 CLAAS telehandlers. And they're doing basically the feeding of all the animals, loading mixer wagons, cleaning out the sheds, loading bales, everything. So they're doing big hours. We're doing sort of 2,000 hours a year on those telehandlers. One thing I have noticed with the telehandlers, we did a fuel check on those, and the CLAAS telehandler is actually using over a litre of fuel less per hour. When you're doing big hours, all of a sudden that fuel saving does add up to be quite a decent sized figure. We really like that side of it as well. A lot of the CLAAS equipment, we've gone down that route. A lot of it's down to Morris Caulfields, our local dealer. Got a really good relationship with the salesman and the lads that, the mechanics, all seem very keen and dedicated, and it doesn't matter if you ring them up on a Sunday night, on a bank holiday weekend, they will always come and try and get you sorted. And if for whatever reason they can't get it sorted, they will undoubtedly get me a tractor here to keep me going. And to be honest, that's worth such a lot as a business with ours. We can't afford downtime, and it doesn't matter what branded machine you have, there will always be breakdowns. It's about how you're treated and how they keep you going. That's where our sort of relationship has developed, really, with Morris Caulfields. Is just because we've got that confidence that we will be able to keep going and we'll get the jobs done when we need to get them done. How do you put a value on that? It's worth a lot. So all our tractors are on telematics, and for me that's very handy. Obviously the dealership can see when tractors are due service, and if that needs to be done before the lads start work at sort of 8 o'clock in the morning, they will come out early and do it before we're due to go out onto the jobs. We use a lot of GPS and all our tractors, everything's done through GPS. The lads love it. It saves us on wastage. We don't waste fertilizer, for instance, and seed, and we're getting maximum output from the machinery, which has a big saving on fuel. So that's really important. Our first thought of going to CLAAS, I think it was back at the end of 22, and we took a punt on a CLAAS, but obviously the way we've found the dealer and the machine, all the drivers liked it, and I had drivers that were driving other branded tractors saying, well, actually I quite like a CLAAS now. And a lot of the lads were keen after driving the first one we had, saying actually we really like this tractor, it's nice. And I think they could all see that the backup we were getting was good as well, and that's obviously important. And that's why we've bought so many more machines over the last 3 years. Off that initial punt, it's worked well, and we want reliability, we want good dealer backup, we want efficiencies, and you know, the CLAAS products have sort of exceeded our expectations in all of those categories. So yeah, really happy, to be honest. I say from that first machine sort of 3-4 years ago, which was the 660, to now running 5 CLAAS tractors and 3 CLAAS telehandlers. You know, it just shows that we're confident and happy with the product, and you know, and hopefully that will continue on into the future.